it wouldn't be a first episode if there wasn't technical difficulties.
It really wouldn't. Like, we would be letting down countless other streams.
There we go.
Welcome back to the party. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but we have figured it out and we are back.
Welcome back to the party.
The Isabella had been scratched by a zombie as she moved through their space and is now about to roll to hit. With advantage, because you are flanking.
Okay. So, this will first be with a rapier. Let me pull up my...
Wait, did that one zombie ever attack you, Mark?
Yeah.
Which one?
The one directly standing over the ghoul?
This one?
Yeah.
He moved and you said he couldn't attack because he moved.
No, he could. He was the only one that could attack.
Okay, no, he never attacked. I wasn't going to bring it up.
I just assumed he couldn't attack like the rest, so...
Now, the other one had to double move. He was the only one that actually got in his move. I'm going to roll to hit you first, then, if that's alright.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I kind of figured it's fine. I can always hope.
Well, he missed anyway, so you know what? Life moved on. Isabella, please roll with advantage.
Okay, this is first my rapier. That'll be 20 plus 5.
Oh.
7.
That does not hit.
And I'll use my bonus action to attack with my dagger.
Alright.
That also is 5. Plus 5, not 85.
I would certainly have words if I saw that the to hit was in the, low 80s. Or high 80s. But that hits either way. Please do damage.
And that would be...
That one's dead. That's why I can't find it.
We're just doing a D100 to hit. It's fine.
Right?
It's totally normal. Like... Nice
There's
job.
that
4 points damage.
On a nat 1. There we go.
Alright.
I think Pathfinder is the only system that I've seen so far that you can get anywhere close to an 80 modifier.
It's sad because it's true. Alright.
Yeah.
One
I
character
think I
I
have,
had
like,
had a...
Plus
Sorry.
40 right now.
Oh, you're fine. Alright, the skeletons are now going to attack. We got 1 on Mark.
2 on Mark.
Well, Isabella did just hit one and actually do damage to it.
Okay,
I got you. I got you, boo.
Alright, and I've
fine.
now hit a button and I didn't accidentally switch screens, so that worked. I think a 23 hits you, though.
Oh, yeah. That hits.
Alright, it
Roll
is
a 1.
swinging at you with... It is... It's not, like, a lot of damage. Everybody had the same amount. Boop. Oh, max. 7 damage to you.
Ow.
And then this other one's gonna go after Isabella, because she just slashed it with her dagger. And does not have... I will say, I don't think I meant to hit +4 before. It was supposed to be a +1. A 20 still hits you, though, right?
Yes.
I meant to Mark.
Yes.
Does a 15 hit Isabella?
A 15? Yeah, that would hit. That's my AC.
So sorry. You take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Mark, it is now your turn.
Well, I'm gonna attack the one that's being flanked currently.
Roll with advantage.
And look very unhappily about the one that hit me. Yeah, that's much better.
You realize you have crit 3 times, right?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
realize that.
There's one in every party.
It is obviously not me.
How's that for you?
Ow. That skeleton is so destroyed. So destroyed. That is a pile of bones.
So basically what happens is I get an overhead chop on it. Just go through the metal.
Yeah.
And then as my bonus, I'm going to hit the one here
Yep.
with the butt of my weapon.
Knock off the jaw.
That hits.
Nice.
For 3 bludgeoning.
All right. Twitch, it is your turn. You realize you just killed a skeleton right there, and that zombie had the nerve to step over its body.
Yeah, basically.
Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you
So-
know I'm Fu Manchu?
Bonus action, hex the one next to Rinsa.
The one that's on top of the one you killed, right?
No, actually.
That one?
Oh, the upper
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oop, you
The
shifted your
upper one.
hex.
Okay. And then I'm going to do another Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
That hits.
And gets an extra d6, so 13 damage.
That extra d6 is what has taken that one out. Nicely done there.
Another set of maroon cat claws.
Alright, that means that one zombie is going to be attacking Mark. And then the other one is still standing in front of Krista, so we'll be attacking there. Nope, that's the wrong button. There we go. But a 6 does not hit Mark there.
No, thankfully. I'm not happy with either of these two.
Does a
things.
15 hit Rissa?
Let me look at AC. That is her AC exactly, 15.
That means it hits. So you will take 4 damage.
Oh, man.
It is your turn to retaliate against it, though, if you would like.
I gotta write this down, though. 18. 4. Cool. And since I don't have to move Hunter's Mark, I can just attack it with both swords.
Yes, you can.
Pew pew.
Do the killing thing.
Smack it to smack it.
What do I?
Well,
Oh my
re-kill it.
god, that's 5. So, main hand,
That hits.
1d6 plus 3 plus another d6 for Hunter's Mark. There's that damage.
It is down. Sally, that means you, you can move. And you can move 5, 10. You can move up to next to that skeleton if you'd like and hit that one.
Ooh, I gotta do that.
There you go.
Offhand attack.
That is just shy. As you were like walking around Isabella, you just step a little off with your strike and the attack goes just wide.
It's just the blood
No.
coming out of me.
A bone rolled under your foot.
Just a slight misstep there.
Bone.
Uh,
Listen here, I got a bone to pick with you.
Giles is just gonna move up a little bit and attack anything that magically gets by you guys. Because he doesn't actually trust shooting between all of you and not hitting you.
It's appreciated.
Alright,
Fair.
top of the next round, we're back to Isabella.
Let's try this again. Roll D20. rapier is plus 5. 16.
16 will hit.
I have advantage, correct?
Oh, you also have advantage. You are correct.
See if you can get that 20.
I didn't get the 20, but I did get a 19.
And it's still a hit. Can't find it. Screw it. Find it later.
6 damage on that one.
Skeleton. It is still standing.
Okay. And then I will. Let me double check something because I do not want to.
By the by, I'm giving the one that hit me a stink eye.
Well, Isabella's trying to take it out for you right now.
Oh, I know. Doesn't mean I'm not giving it a stink eye.
I still got advantage on my second attack.
Yes, you do.
Nope, not 20, but that is an unnatural 20.
It hits.
Roll a T4. Yes.
You are able to stick your rapier in the first time, knocking it sort of off balance, and you come down with the dagger on the second attack and just destroy it.
On wink at Mark.
That was the last of the skeletons, so now we go straight to Mark.
Hello, zombie that I want to kill very badly. Let's see. I'm gonna take a swing at it. I would try to move around, but that's not really an option. So... I'm not doing that on purpose.
Are you?
I'm really not.
Are you sure about that? Because I think you are.
Yes,
My 20s algorithms just really like Mark right now.
And hate
I'm
Twitch.
lucky. It's
No,
insane.
It's again, like, it is this great mix between Twitch and Isabella at weird and random times. Renessa's being, consistent. And Mark is just breaking the equation. Alright. Thank you. Yeah, you are just like, you are angry. You have been hit. You have tired. You got stuck in that stupid tunnel back there for like 5 to 10 minutes before. And now all that is standing in your way, in your mind, to get out of this cave is this one damn zombie that you just slice down onto it, cleaving a good chunk in the collarbone through to the other side, killing it in one swoop.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
I start looting the bodies.
The difference of opinions there. But you have at least finished the combat.
I'll turn around to the others, NPCs, and say, "Everyone all right?"
Like, the one little guy is still, like, holding his dagger. Like, yeah. Like, knees are shaking and everything. He's seen all of you guys fighting up ahead and clearly has that look of, I do not want to go up there. The halfling looks tired, but very relieved that everything is fine. And Giles is just kind of giving, like, a head nod of, like, good job. As he fixes this worn out bow that he has and just keeps it strung and kind of loops it over his side. Yeah. Isabella, can I get an investigation from you?
Yes, you may.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna go back to the 3 and give the kid a piece of chocolate.
Oh, to Nate?
To the little one, yes.
Alright. He, like, is really, like, he's just holding this dagger, like, prepared for something. Like, is it over?
Yes, it is quite over. Have some chocolate. You did good.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and, like, holds his hand out.
Places chocolate. It's the one special thing I put in my rations.
Oh, you're totally fine for it. He looks at it for a moment, like, oh, okay, and smells it really quickly, and then just does the stuff while still holding the dagger in the one hand. He's prepared. Like,
I got this. But let me eat my chocolate.
He does that take a bite thing, and all of a sudden, is oddly surprised by how wonderful and delicious it is. He was not expecting that.
And I'm going to go to Giles.
Starts licking his hand.
And I'm going to offer him my hand crossbow on the condition that he gives it back once we're out.
He looks at it, and you see this moment of longing in his face to be like, yeah, this would be better. Thanks.
And there's 20 bolts to go with it.
Sweet. He grabs it really quick, and you can see in a few quick movements he knows how to use a hand crossbow, and this is so much better in his in his mind.
So
investigation. There you go. Sorry, go for it, Vanessa.
I was gonna say, while everybody's doing that, Vanessa's gonna kneel down next to the dead bodies to inspect them to see if there's any telltale signs of where they came from, what they used to be, etc., etc., etc.
Then I will also take an investigation from you. And you can roll with advantage on this part because undead are your favorite enemy. Yeah, you start going through pockets and everything. You start looting as much as you can. They sadly don't have a lot. You do find amongst them a small scattering of copper equaling 13. Mainly only on 2 of them. The rest were very thoroughbred, or had very little. They had very little. That some of them don't even have shoes or anything. They are all closed, and you do see that of them, one of the zombies is dressed remarkably similar to the ones that you saw at the body pit. In that same potato sack sort of clothing.
Can I steal all their pants?
You can, in fact, steal all of their pants. Let's see how many pairs of crappy pants you get.
If they're wearing potato sacks, very few.
Yeah, not all of them have pants. This is why I'm looking at this seriously to be like, how many are wearing pants? All right. You get 3 pairs of crappy pants out of it. All of them are pretty muddied or bloodied or some sort of liquid to them that you don't want to fully identify.
I'm just going to call them pants.
All right.
I
Vanessa,
got 3.
3. You got 3. One you try to pull off and it just kind of ripped and tore to pieces. It's the equivalent of rags at this part. Some of them have that only one pants leg fully exists anymore, and there's more of a thong in certain areas of the bony skeleton. Otherwise, they have ripped shirts and vests to it, too, that are just falling apart, and you wouldn't even consider them shirts at that point.
Did you just say skeleton thong?
I did just say skeleton thong.
Can we get another quote for that, please?
Skeleton thong.
As long as you guys are writing them down, I am happy to provide the things off the top of my head. But Renessa, as you're looking them through to kind of get an idea out of them, you also catch that one of them is dressed in that potato sack, so you think that they came from wherever you came from, but it's only the one. The rest in this general area, as you are watching Isabella take some of the clothes that you're actively investigating, you find that many of them are what you would consider poorer farm kind of clothes. Nothing is very stylish or elegant. Everything here seemed to have been made of a decently hardy material to still be around anymore. But if there weren't holes beforehand, they're holy now, so you can't get too much out of them.
If they're holy, we better take them to a cleric.
Dun 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 dun. Ugh.
Okay, so basically, one of these undead is from the prison area.
Yes.
The rest are from a nearby farm town, probably.
Yeah, you would say that they all had like varying levels of clothing. You could tell that the one that I had to pull off the edge of the map there, like, had the oldest looking clothing. It was basically wearing nothing. So you would guess that that was the oldest undead there, and you do get a good look at it with your knowledge to know that it was a ghoul. The rest were zombies and skeletons, some like falling apart and in that kind of in between land of having a few too many bones to be a zombie, but not enough flesh had fallen off of it to be a skeleton. But from the clothes that they were wearing, they were all poor folk. None of them had armor, none of them had weapons. They were all just attacking you with claws and slams and brute force.
Life boned them.
All right.
You do find amongst one of them, as you're investigating, that was just something that Isabel had slightly missed, which was a small wood carved figurine that was on their neck. That it's a little rough to see, but you can tell it was carved and it was in like a sort of necklace. So you have like a small wooden trinket sort of necklace around one of their necks.
They were all wearing it?
Just one. Just one.
Just the one?
Yeah.
Totally will be taking that to further investigate when we can kind of see better also.
Yeah,
basically.
You're underground. It's hard to see. I mean, Mark, you are at the edge of any light right now in that land of, if I walk much further, it's going to be darkness again.
Yeah, that's why I've stopped there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was more worried about their pants.
Of which you have collected all of the decent ones.
Oh no, I'm going for all. These are pretty much just rags if I need tinder or something.
Yeah.
So.
So I guess I'll pop back to the Niles and the others and go, okay, we should probably get moving again.
I like that.
Looks like everything's dealt with.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get moving again.
Yeah, he goes over to the halfling and kind of helps him back up and out as he was just kind of staying as far out as he possibly could. The kid, like, is slowly putting down his dagger and occasionally is licking parts of his finger now. That still have.
Can I do a medicine check on the halfling to see if there's anything that I can do to help him?
Yes, you absolutely can.
While she does that, can I start getting ready to scout ahead again?
Yeah, if you want to, you can, I'm assuming you're stealthing and perceptioning?
Yes.
You can roll both of those for me. Medicine. Yeah, so for this halfling, like, you do a quick he's totally fine with you, like, helping him up and, like, doing a quick look over. The biggest part about him is that he is exhausted. Like, he has clearly not been kept well for a little while now. And he does have some, like, as you're lifting up to check, like, around the tunic area, he does have some bruising in there that you would say was forced upon him. Like, it's not like he fell or anything. Like, he got hurt by someone. But the main thing that's ailing him right now, like, you could probably heal a little bit of hit points out of him if you were to do something like that. But the biggest thing is that he needs just honest-to-goodness rest, which you don't think he's had for at least a week.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Isabella disappears into the darkness, starts heading upward. You do find that you do see that there is a smaller pile of stuff where you find a little bit more money.
Yay, money!
You find kind of scattered around up in this area up here, which you just didn't even get up to until this point, as I'm assuming you're moving up. You find that there is it's not in a pile, it is kind of spread and clamored out, But you head up that way and you find the remains of a mostly eaten couple of bodies that are up there. You would be able to grab 2 more pairs of pants if you want off of these dead bodies.
Of course.
Alright, you have 2 more pants.
5 pants, let's go.
These are certainly the bloodiest of the pants that you've come across now.
Bloody pants.
You find amongst there a 1 dagger. That's a pretty standard dagger, like, not great made. You've absolutely seen better. But it is a dagger. And you find a total of 7 silver and another 8 copper.
I'm trying to 7 silver, 8 copper.
And a dagger, as well as 2 pairs of pants.
I was just adding it to D&D Beyond as we went.
Cool.
Okay.
Otherwise, everybody starts heading their way up and theoretically out. I'll move back for now.
Okay.
Oh, did you want something else on that screen?
No, I was gonna say if he's really slowing down the halfling, I was gonna pick him up and carry him.
Oh, you can do that. Like, he gives a, like, feeble sort of protest at first. Like, he feels a little uncomfortable about it. He's like, no, you're strong. You should be, like, helping to secure us and everything. But if you talk to him for more than a few more moments, he is absolutely willing to go on with this plan.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And he is a small, light halfling man. He definitely needs a little bit of meat on his bones. He is light and easy to carry for you. You continue traveling up this winding cavern, and it's slowly leveling out a little bit more. It's becoming a little nicer, a little easier to walk through. And as you get up, takes another 40 minutes of walking, there is, Isabella, you sense first for being the front out there, but, shoot, my brain just completely skipped on your name for 2 seconds. Renisa also, like, catches it pretty well. You start getting that feeling of fresh air. You can actually, you are approaching the surface.
Yay.
Yeah.
As you're getting up there, Isabella, you can see now after being in dark for, you feel like a couple of hours since you've been, like, since you've started this crazy sort of a day. And as you're approaching upwards, you are catching that there is a small amount of, like, the amount of fresh air is a little quicker. You can see that dawn is still a little bit away, but is approaching. And you are exiting out of this little bit of a rocky hillside. That you see now that as you're getting up to the top, that there is a little bit of a creek, and there's a, like, overflow of the creek that is causing this slow amount of water to just keep sloping down, and this is where all that water was coming from in the that you had seen from the base.
Makes sense. Okay.
But you're out. You're free. You are above ground and not at the bottom of a pit.
Woo!
Take a moment to stretch.
Yeah.
I will go over to the creek and try to wash out some of the things I have. Just kind
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, go for it.
What's the topography look like?
Yeah, as you are starting to wash out some of the bloody pants that you kind of got. The blood's not coming out, really. It's a little dried on there, but a little of it comes out. Right now, the area you are in is rocky hillside. Like, you are from a more mountainous area, so you're used to, like, seeing large mountains in a distance. You do see some, but they are far in the distance. They will take a couple of days travel to get to, but you can see that there is, like, mountain peaks out that way. Otherwise, you are in the more hills, more rocks. There is some smallish trees. These are trees that get to 10 feet tall, but nothing taller than that. And there's this weird sort of underbrush kind of going around of the area you're in is not very well populated. You are past the outskirts of anything around.
Right.
So you would
Do I see a keep of any kind looking around?
make a perception.
Okay.
Only because it's still early in the morning, there's not a lot of light. Actually, you wouldn't have been able to see the mountains very well then. Screw the mountains. There are no mountains for you right now. You're looking around for the keep. Here you can start to see the higher building mountain kind of things now. The mountains have returned.
Yay, mountains.
But making out like the structure of the keep is a little hard for you. Just don't have enough. You don't quite have enough light or perception for it.
My human eyes are not so good.
Your human eyes are not so good at this pre-dawn time.
I wonder if I could have surgery to get elven eyes.
Sounds a little risky. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
a little bit.
I don't think
So
LASIK
risky.
exists yet.
It sounds pretty dangerous, is what I'm thinking. Like, you're gonna take some poor elf's eyes and then, like, magically stick them onto yours?
I've now invented necromantic eye doctors. Gotcha. Necromantic eye
See what you
doctors.
did.
Cool. Thank you for that.
Do they say ooh ee ooh ah ah? Teen
Kind of
Tango?
That's the witch doctor. Don't confuse the
Oh.
two. Don't confuse the two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Very
Renessa's going to
different.
take a look around to see if she can find a safe place for us to camp, because, frankly, we all need some rest.
Give me. You're a ranger, and I feel this is a little more survival-y.
That
So
would probably help.
okay,
So survival.
you can survival with advantage because Isabella is trying to give you some help.
I can as well.
I can't double advantage.
So that's one.
Okay.
I can't type.
Just press up.
It'll do the last roll you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like typing it out though. So
How has no one told me this earlier?
all the same thing.
I thought you knew?
Nope. I've been typing it every time.
Well, now you know.
Just rolled the exact same thing.
I see that though.
And if you keep scrolling up,
If you
it'll
keep
do
scrolling
the-
up, it shows even more. This is awesome.
Yep.
Welcome, DM. We got you.
Yay! Teamwork!
If you also click on the little die, like underneath the ruler, it will also show you the last 10 rolls you did, and you can click reroll.
That part I did know, but it also then pops up on the map screen, so I was trying not to do that.
Ah.
But you rolled a 17 either way. Yeah, you start like examining the area a little bit. You know that you want to put a little distance between yourself and this cave, if only in case someone finally does come from that direction. That you imagine heading up the hills a little bit, but staying within this tree covered brush area is going to do you the best.
Okay.
And
Once
So I'll
fresh water
lead us.
looking like you do a quick look checking out the creek. It looks like it's pretty fresh water. So following along that, you'll at least have fine things to drink for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'll take us to an area that's safe for us to camp, and the halfling can finally get some rest.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was already asleep on my back.
Yeah.
Once we get
He is passed out on your back. That is like at one point you don't even know when, but you're really noticing it now because just the smallest bit of drool is coming.
Well, that's happening. Like, once we settle, stay for a while, I'm going to set up my two-person tent and have him set the halfling down inside the tent.
Yeah, so you guys, you start traveling, or you travel a short distance away. You're only walking for like 30 minutes just to give yourselves enough that you're away, that you feel you're in a good position while still pretty close to water, like, and you've got a decent bit of tree coverage. Uh, it's a little rocky. For more city folk, you're camping, but you set up the tent. Takes a few minutes. It's one of those times that, like, as you're doing this, you see that Giles gives Nate a little kick, and Nate comes over and actually helps you with it. Uh, he is not, in fact, worthless. He can help you set up a tent.
Yeah.
But yeah, after it is set up, you were able to just kind of plop him inside. He does not awaken from that the entire time.
Considering the one, I wouldn't think so.
He is the passed out.
Well, he's exhausted.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Mhm.
Ah, no, I hit a button. Go away. Nothing popped up on that screen. But yeah, you are outside. You are in a safe spot. You're able to certainly take a short rest unless you want to go for the long rest too. Feels weird to say you're going for a long rest. In your mind, you woke up like 2 hours ago. But you also don't remember going to sleep.
And we don't know how we got where we're at.
You
Like,
don't know how you got where you were at. None of you were in a pit.
I was just traveling.
Same.
I was in an interesting situation.
Yeah, you all kind of gather around, like, really to just slightly on the outskirts as Giles and Nate are taking care of the halfling.
I mean, Renessa was probably going to set her bedroll up just outside of it because let them get their sleep over there.
Mhm.
So we can all crowd around my bedroll and just kind of sit and chat.
Yeah. As we do, like, I'm pressed up, like, holding on to Mark's arm. My head on his shoulder, kind of yawning slightly.
I'm just patting her head. Just, this is not new. Mm-hmm.
But you guys are together. You can talk for a little bit. Otherwise, we are also at 11 o'clock. We've been gaming for 3 hours. Shall we call it a night? And pick this back up, theoretically, next week.
I was going to see if we could try to find a town.
I'm okay to keep going. I just don't want to actually hold anybody here.
Yeah, we could theoretically try and find a town, but it might take a while because we don't know where we're at.
Yeah.
Always follow the creek upstream.
Well, downstream can also work because it's gonna flow somewhere.
Yeah, either direction will lead somewhere, but one direction will lead to back to the prison, which we don't want to go to.
And
We don't know really what's there, but right now we do need to rest.
yeah. Do we know which way we came from now that we're out of the cave, or is that confused because of twists and turns in the cave?
It is confusing because of twists and turns of the cave. I will take another survival from people if they want to try to talk about it, to figure it out, to see if they were successful in kind of figuring out which direction they came from.
Well, do we know which way the sun rises and sets in this world?
Yes, for the simplicity of all around, it is the exact same as Earth. Twitch, you just rolled a D10 again. Side note,
Nope.
that was an amazing roll on a D10.
That's almost a natural.
Like,
attack.
that would be a 17-ish.
I wish it more on an 18.
Yeah, like, it's up
18,
there.
19 range.
And look, you got a whole another little bit right there.
Yeah.
I'm afraid, though, for both of you, you're a little confused as to all the twists and turns, especially in that starting area. You're not sure where you were at any point.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to have a look around, see what I can see.
My character also has that double confusion of I have no idea where I'm at.
Yeah, you really don't. What are you looking for, Mark? Are you just kind of surveying the outskirts?
Just surveying the outskirts where the sun's coming from.
Okay.
Basic stuff. So, there you go.
Roll 20 again loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are at least able to get you're pre-dawn, but it is slowly becoming dawn, that you can figure out which direction is north, you can figure out which direction is everywhere else from there. You're also able to, like, as you're like scooting, like searching around and just peering out a little bit, you can see far, far off to the southwest that there's just a small little train of smoke that you can catch. So that somewhere off that way there are people, theoretically.
Oh, I have us a direction, guys. We need to go southwest. I figured let's let them sleep for a while.
Yeah, so you look over and the halfling is passed out. And after a moment you see that Nate has also crawled inside and is sleeping next on the side over there, taking care of everything. But Giles is kind of sitting out, having like this clear look of relief on him. And after a little bit, especially if he notices any of you just kind of giving him that side glance over, he finally like comes back over, heading straight towards Mark, and hands over and says, "You said through the cavern," and hands you back over your hand crossbow.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. It's been a little rough, and while I think we would have been successful getting out, I don't know. There was a bit more undead than I knew was going to be down there.
Mhm.
I don't know if we all would have made it out then.
I'll look at
So-
him yawning. Because I'm sticking by Mark pretty close, like on his arm the whole time.
I'm sitting. Like, I am not standing anymore.
Okay.
Well, I'm
You
sitting back with
Well, yeah.
holding onto your arm, all that.
You
I'll just-
are together.
Mm.
And so I will look at him and go, "So, what were those two in there anyways?"
Yeah, what's the entire deal here?
Yes, please tell us more about this kingdom and what's going on. What is the spear hole? Like, why was it so big?
Yeah, so
And-
none of you are from around here at all, I take it.
That would be the assumption.
No.
Well, I'm just confirming, as the whole kingdom's in a mini sort of lockdown and has been for a while. We just don't see people out and about. Certainly not travelers, and it's just a little unusual. Are any of you from Varanus at all?
What Varanus?
He like kind of like pats the ground a little bit. Like, that's this continent?
Well, I wasn't sure if you were talking about the continent or a specific country or city.
No, I am talking about the continent. Like, and none of you are.
Mm-mm.
Like, this
Like-
is all new to you.
Are we like on a completely different continent than we used to be?
You are all on a completely different continent than you used to be.
Yeah,
But
I have no idea where Varanus is.
Have I even heard of it? Like, maybe
That's a
not
good
in
question.
great detail, but just because I assume my father's been
Many
There,
places, yeah.
many places.
Um,
Maybe I've heard him having a contract here once or twice.
I admit my brain can't remember if this edition has knowledge geography. Does anybody have their character sheet up to like remind me of that right now?
I know you can do like a basic intelligence check for those kinds of things.
That was gonna be
It
that
would
was gonna be the
a
backup.
history check.
Yeah,
like-
there's history and nature.
I will allow you to choose between history and nature, or just make a base check.
I'm sadly thinking of base check. Actually,
Just tell me which one you're doing it off of.
Or recalling lore about historical events, legendary people, ancient kingdoms, past disputes, recent wars, and lost civilizations. So, like,
Yeah,
remembering about their father's contract here would probably tie in with history.
yeah. That's why again, I will. This is a general enough check that I will allow people to pick from various parts of their memory right now. That if you have a proficiency in history, I'll let you take it. If you have a proficiency in nature, I'll let you take it. And if not, then you can just make a base int.
yeah,
I'm gonna do a nature check.
I am too tired.
You're like, it's been a long day.
I am so done with this shit.
that's my history check, by the way.
Okay.
I'm also
Me
checking
too.
out.
So it is like you very vaguely remember like the name Varanus. Like you remember someone, you don't know if it was your grandfather, it might have been a cousin that complained that they had to travel for a very long time to get to this other place.
Yeah, I'll just let Mark. We are really far from home.
Like really far.
That was what I was afraid of.
We're talking about months here.
Yeah. Like it will take serious travel to get back to where you're.
Okay, Giles, what's the kingdom in lockdown for?
It's just you are like he kind of gives like that weird look of it doesn't he can't understand at first how you don't know, and it takes that moment to click in that you just don't know. You are in the country of the oppressor.
The who?
The like he now like takes a moment to step back and goes, the oppressor, the god, the oppressor. You do know about the gods, like, right?
Yes.
I am not actually a religious person here.
I know about the gods. I'm spiritual currently.
Okay, so the oppressor, his
Yes.
temple is the capital, is the kingdom,
Oh, thrilling.
and the royalty are all for following his word. Yeah, oppressing. You could really just say oppressing at that point.
Well, it's gonna be fun getting back home.
Yeah. How and a spear hole, mind you, is something that was created by the destroyer, and it like destroyed good chunks of the land. So welcome to our happy little crappy corner of Oris. Oris being the name of the world. Just want to make sure. Okay, want to make sure.
I assume that's what it was.
Just want to make sure we're on the same page here now.
That part was fairly common. Just the details of this particular place is not. At least
Yeah.
not for me.
So we're this crappy little corner where a lot of bad people like to do kind of bad things and just get away with it because divinity says they can.
Gross.
Yeah, it sucks. And here we have, and he kind of like motions inward. Here we have a man who was trying to help out a lot of people and got caught and thus was thrown in prison, and kind of like shakes his head and goes, the guy who was sharing his cell with the person I was breaking out, and you can't really break out one person in a 2-person cell. So Nate got a lucky break here.
Right.
And he says he stole some stuff. I'm willing to take it at face value right now.
At this point, I am taking it off. Like, if I had whatever, like, cloak or whatever I'm using to cover my shoulders more.
Yeah.
I'm making a pillow on it. My tattoo visible.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I should probably mention that my cloak brooch is the renegade pin.
Does anybody have a knowledge religion?
I mean, there is a religion check you can do.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to suggest. And if anybody has, if Twitch or Renessa would like to make a religion check, they can.
Because I would already know this growing up with him, right?
Yeah, you already know.
I got an 8 on religion. I don't know.
It's just
I got a 9. It's not much better.
Yeah. You see Giles kind of shift back and forth for a moment as he like resettles himself down. But yeah, so this is our crappy place, where everybody kind of works for the betterment of the rich so that they can have comfy little lifestyles, and for some people who get their kicks off of hurting other people, get their kicks off of hurting other people.
This is not a pleasant place to be.
It really isn't. So a lot of people try to get out, and in the long run, the only real way to get to anyway is you could head off into the wilderness and take your chances there. Or you could take a boat across the Snowshod Bay and hope that you make it across, but they check for people like that, and that's how, like, kind of motions back inward, like, in towards the tent again. He's like, and that's how what Reed was doing, until he got caught.
Craning my head a little bit to Isabella. We might have to fix some of this just to get out. You up for some fun?
I just give one of those, like, goofy grins, like, let's do this. I'm always up for some fun. And then
But
proceed to pass out.
and then you proceed to pass out,
Yes.
and Isabella just kind of keels over and falls asleep. Goes, yeah. But I couldn't let Reed sit in there. He's been too nice a guy. So
No.
I don't blame you.
So I help out with a couple of people who try to make things a little easier for some of us. And wasn't sure how well that would work, and I don't know if it would work again. But I was at least able to help out 1.5 people. He kind of like is looking back in towards the tent.
We'll call it one person.
One person.
Stack them up on top of each other,
Yeah. So that's where we're at. But I certainly owe you guys something.
So,
week.
Are the
Where
shops
are you
in
planning
town...
to go from here?
Mark, you should finish up.
Are the shops in town like what you got right there, that bow? Are they all kind of crappy?
No. This is... Smuggling things into prison is really difficult. And I trusted somebody to leave some stuff, and they got everything, but not up to high standard.
So do you have anything decent to use?
Back at my base, I do. Yes.
Okay.
He
That'll work.
he also kind of like motions again over towards. He's like, I am typically, and he like points a crossbow. So.
Mark can see I have an added dagger, just kind of in my hand.
Oh, the crappy one you picked up?
Yeah.
At this point, I just roll my eyes.
Yeah.
So, Renessa, you were saying?
Where do we go from here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been hiding out enough as it is that I was gonna head back to, he, like, kind of points, he kind of looks around and does that similar thing of, like, I don't actually know where I am now. And hadn't considered that until that point. And then finally just waves his hand, goes, gonna make my way in back a little bit towards the fort's in a town called Treeguard. And south of there, there's a village, which is where I primarily am. I was gonna head back towards there. Denlit. And try to figure things out from there. I want to get Reed out of here, for the most part. See if there's any way to, like, help him out, even if it's just setting him up in a little house somewhere. We'll see what we can do, Nate. But, getting back towards at least the road would be...
Well, I was noticing when I was looking around that to the southwest, there looks like there might be a town or people or something. There was some smoke.
He, like, kind of does a second look around then.
Points the direction.
And looks and he goes, huh. I think we're in the burnt zone. Then. Which really confuses all of you because there is nothing like on fire or burnt anywhere around.
I'm lightly snoring at this point.
But it's like, okay, if that's the case, then yeah, heading southwest would make the most sense. That I certainly am happy to travel with you guys. Maybe I could borrow some of those pants that lady here collected. As you see again, he is like, he's got leather armor on him, but underneath was the kind of tattered I cannot say threadbare tonight, and I do not know why I keep trying. The poor looking shabby long shirt that he's been wearing.
I'm sure she can spare one. Just kind of
at least
one out.
At least to get around and not look like I'm wearing no pants.
Yes.
No pants beneath leather armor sounds like a chafing experience.
It is, but it still seemed better than trying to traverse whatever was down that hole.
Yeah, no,
without
that makes
it.
sense. Yeah, leather armor is very beneficial.
Agree. And like he nods at your own. But yeah, so heading there was the plan. I'm happy to hold all of you in my small sort of abode as at least a minor thank you to start off with.
You would be appreciated.
Let's do that then.
Certainly be nice.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give everybody a nap. He kind of like looks a little bit closer towards Isabella for the nap statement. But I'm fine to head out when any of you guys are ready.
Okay.
So, if you guys want to take a nap, I'll keep on watch. I'm used to being up for a while.
I mean, I really don't need sleep, so I'm good.
I forget you can't actually see me shrug.
Like, out of character, elves are weird. We just kind of go in trances for like 4 hours, and that's it. We're good.
You take an hour transit, and that's a nap.
Well, you are certainly all welcome to a short rest if you don't want to. But I think with us preparing for the next leg of your journey will be the next session.
Yeah.
I
So I
think a
guess-
short rest is beneficial because I did get hit, and I would like to spend it.
Some people also
Yeah.
get abilities back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Warlocks are really good about that.
Warlocks are really good about it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But with just to confirm, is Isabella actually falling asleep?
It's the like trance elven half asleep, but I'm
I
still
get 2 hit points back. Whatever.
It's her own little version of sleep.
Alright.
Okay.
It's that mini land of a cap nap, but a cat nap where you're slightly aware.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with everybody resting and feeling better, we'll pick up probably around the early morning for the second leg of our journey and for our second game.
Oh, for
Little
crying out
thing.
loud.
Because I noticed it.
Go for it. What?
while setting up for this short rest, just looking through my equipment, pulls out longbow and a quiver of arrows and be like,
Like, oh right, I could have given this to anybody, and just puts it back away.
just gonna go over to uh
Giles.
and be like, hey, I have these. They were for my partner, but I don't really know where he is at the moment. So
I will absolutely use this, as this actually looks like a fine weapon as opposed to this crappy short bow that I had. So yes. Thank you. He does take it and will hold on to it. But we'll also give it back if you're requesting for him to give it back. But yeah. Otherwise, you guys are all resting. We will pick back up with you getting up for the second part of your adventure soon. 2 hit points, 4 hit points. I think that undoes the small amounts of damage I did to you.
Nope,
No,
I'm
I've got
still
Um,
-4.
You.
But I still wanted to keep 1 hit die.
Nice. It's low level,
I
it makes
still
sense.
only have 2 points gone, but points. Oh well.
I'm full.
Sweet. All right, then. I will thank everybody who has been here tonight watching us in our premiere of A Call to Rising. Thank you so much for stopping in. Again, if you would like to see more things from the various DMs who run various games on Welcome to the Party, please check out our Discord, which the links are located at the bottom. Or check out our Twitter, which are, again, the links are located at the bottom. Keep in touch on Discord for more information about when the next A Call to Rising is going to be, as I am not 100% sure we will have next week, but I am 90% sure that we will have game next week. Otherwise, again, thank you to our sponsors of Devon Rue and Tabletop Loot. And otherwise, we hope you have a fantastic evening, a wonderful rest of your night, a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll see you later. Thank you! Bye, Internet!
goodbye.
Bye.